Good afternoon, students. How is your Sunday? I hope it is good. Okay. Now, what we were gonna do today, right? We were doing factorization and defactorization, if you remember. So here, first, we'll be starting with factorization, right? We were on this question and I told you tomorrow we'll do some questions. I told you yesterday that today we'll do some questions and then we proceeded to equations. And next Saturday, we'll do the solution of triangle part, which you were asking, which was sine rule, cosine rule, and all that. So let's start here. What I'm saying is, this is the MCQ and we have to find its value. So before finding sine plus sine, here I can see sine plus sine, and in denominator it is cos minus cos. So if you remember, sine plus sine is 2 sine, add 5x plus x upon 2 into cos, subtract 5x minus x upon 2, and the middle term is as it is, which is minus 2 sine 3x upon, in denominator we can use cos minus cos. Cos minus cos, do you remember, it was minus 2 sine, add means 5x plus x upon 2 into sine, subtract 5x minus x upon 2, right? So if we simplify, here I can get 6x upon 2, which is 3x. So 2 sine 3x into cos, this is basically 2x, if you remember, 5x minus x, minus 2 sine minus 2 sine 3x to sine 2x. Clear? Chalo. Is something common from numerator? I guess numerator has 2 sine 3x common. 2 sine 3x common. So I will take minus 2 sine 3x common. You will understand why I took the minus. Just see here. If I take minus 2 sine 3x common, what will I get? Here I will get 1 and here I will get minus cos 2x upon minus 2 sine 3x into sine 2x. Simple. So here, and if you remember, now if you don't know what to do, what should we do? Look at the option. So if we look at the options, in the option everywhere the angle is x and we have the angle reduced 2x to x, means we have to use half angle formula. So if you remember half angle formula, 1 minus cos was 2 sine square x. And here sine 2 theta. So I can write 2 sine x into cos x. So here 2 will get cancelled and one of the sine x will get cancelled. What will get? Sine x upon cos x, which is equal to tan x. Now, is tan x is an option? Yes, it is option B. So option B is my correct. One more example, one more MCQ. It is a very good question. Very good question. I first attempted it. I didn't know what to do because it was very confusion. Let's say what was the confusion? The angle was 2a and here it was a plus b. means somewhere in between. When I think of A plus B, I think of compound angles. Compound angles means A plus B or A minus B, sin A plus B, sin A minus B, cos A plus B, cos A minus B, tan A plus B, and tan A. A minus B. So, but then I got the I have sin 2A and sin 2B. So I didn't know what to do. Then again, what did I did? I looked at the options. So when I looked at the options, I could see it was in terms of option B and option C. Please carefully look at B and C. The format that is lambda minus 1 upon lambda plus 1 or lambda plus 1 upon lambda minus 1. So whenever you see these types of format, I am talking about these format. Suppose something plus something upon same thing minus same thing. These formats are a hint that we need to use componendo dividendo. So if you see anywhere this format, at the back of your mind, it should click. Is somewhere I need to use componendo dividendo. So let's see how we can use here. So for componendo dividendo, we need ratio. So I thought I will write the given as sin 2a upon sin 2b is equals to, here it is lambda and upon 1 I can write. So if this is the case, I got the ratio. I hope you all know how to use componendo dividendo. So if I use componendo dividendo, I am using the logic on numerator minus denominator. This is the logic I am using. So what will I get? I will, on the left hand side, I will get sin 2a plus sin 2b numerator plus denominator upon numerator sin 2a minus denominator. And what will I get on the right hand side? I will get lambda plus 1 upon lambda minus 1. But this was the biggest thing. Now I can easily use sine plus sine and sine minus sine, which is the factorization formula. So sine plus sine is 2 sine add upon 2 into cos add upon 2. So I will get 2a plus 2b. Here 2a minus 2b. And what is in denominator? Sine minus sine is 2 cos. Add upon 2. So 2a plus 2b upon 2. 2 cos sine. Here subtract upon 2. So 2a minus 2b upon 2. Now here 2 and 2 will get cancelled. There is no need to modify right hand side. I can write it as it is. Lambda plus 1 upon lambda minus 1. So here in every of them, I can take 2 common and cancel it out with denominator. And thus that is the case, I will get my answer. So here in numerator, I will get sin a plus b. Here I will get cos a minus b upon, here I will get cos a plus b, and here I will get sin a minus b. Here you can see this. I hope you can see this. Sin upon cos is tan and cos upon sin is cot. So that means I can write it as, this was same format we got a couple of sums ago, if you remember. So I will get here tan a plus b into, this is cot, and this cot I can write 1 upon tan a minus b. And what is this equal to? This is equal to lambda plus 1 upon lambda minus 1. So that means this value is equal to lambda plus 1 upon lambda minus 1, means it is option C. So this sum I took in particular because there will be many times you will see such formats, such format definitely means we should use componendo dividendo ideally. Then it will be very simple. So I hope you got it. It was a good question asked, a good MCQ asked in previous year. So let us move forward. So trigonometric ratios, I have told you trigonometry personally I divide into 4 parts. First part is over. Now we'll go to the second part, which is trigonometric equations. And next week we'll do third part. So let's go on second part, trigonometric equation. Now trigonometric equations, very simple, just like algebraic equation. When in an equation we have trigonometric function, then it is called a trigonometric equation. Now, obviously, you all know every equation has a solution, not every solution of an equation. So, what is meant by solution of an equation? We just need to find the value of the variable. Suppose I give you a coordinate equation and I told you to solve. What does that mean? That means I need to find the value of variable. So similarly, in a trigonometric equation, we need to find the value of variable. And let me tell you, in trigonometric equation, the variable is always theta, or we can say x. So basically, we need to find angle. Okay. If we find this angle, that is called solution of a trigonometric equation. Now, let me tell you interesting thing about trigonometric equation. That is, since trigonometric equations are periodic, I hope you know what are periodic. That means there will be more than one. To be specific, there can be infinite number of solutions to one trigonometric equation. If you don't understand, let's take an example. Find or solve the trigonometric equation sin theta is equals to half. Sin theta is equals to half. So here the variable is theta. That means I need to find the value of theta. So there will be infinite values if you can remember. Two of them I can give you directly, which is first one is half. What angle gives us half? 30 degree, I think. So which is pi by 6. And next is 150 degree. Which is pi by 6. Now, since sine is a periodic function having period of 2 pi, so just by adding 2 pi in this, I can get infinite number of solutions. The first one will be 2 pi plus pi by 6. And if I keep on adding 2 pi, I will get infinite number of solutions. So to avoid such infinite solution, not to avoid, so to more let it be more segregated. उसको अच्छे से लिखने के लिए हम लोग ने क्या किया? What we did was we divided the trigonometric solution into 2 parts. हम लोग ने trigonometric solution कितने पार्ट में डिवाइड कर दिया? 2 parts. और वो पार्ट्स क्या थे? First one was the principal solution. First one was the principal solution. What is the principal solution? A solution lying between these values 0 to 2 pi. Now 0 to 2 pi, let me tell you, it is first circle, like one circle anti-clockwise, where 2 pi is not included, 0 is included. So let's take an example. Suppose I take the equation sin theta equals to half, same as previous one. Then the pi by 6 and 5 pi by 6 answers are my principal solutions. Why in this range? But the third solution which I wrote, 2 pi plus pi by 6, which is basically 13 pi by 6. That is not a solution because we went above the first circle. We went above the first circle. That means it is not in the range of 0 to 2 pi. That means we cannot consider this as principal solution. So we just need to remember one thing, that the principal solution should always be between 0 to 2 pi. So let me give you a hint or how I use principal solution, I use two things. The first basic we already discussed, ASTC. All sine, tan, cos. All trigonometric ratios positive, first quadrant, second sine, cosec, third tan, cot, fourth cos and sec. And let me tell you one interesting thing. See, if I see there are infinite number of angles, so let's talk about only first circle, means 0 to 2 pi. There will be, like, if I say, when will sine theta gives half value in magnitude? Half value in magnitude means I am not concerned with plus or minus. I am just concerned in half. So when will I get half value from sine theta? I don't care whether it will be plus, whether it will be minus, because it's just sine. So half value I will get here. This angle, which is pi by 6. I'm just talking about half. Don't take consideration plus and minus. I will get this angle, which is pi by 6. Then I will also get angle when this is pi by 6. And I will also get when this is pi by 6. That means if I want to reach here, so this is basically pi minus pi by 6. If I want to reach here, this is pi plus pi by 6. I hope you are getting it. So that means, according to my observation, what have I done? I have, in the first circle, in all the quadrants, I have got the angles which will give the value half. I don't care plus half or minus half. And I have generalized it. How I have generalized? I have generalized it that if first quadrant, half angle alpha gives the value half, then in second quadrant, it will be the angle pi minus alpha. In third quadrant, it will be pi plus alpha. And in fourth quadrant, it will be 2 pi minus alpha. So these are the 4 values of angles that will give me if I want plus half or minus half. That is done by this, the quadrant distribution. So suppose if I want plus half, so that means what is my quadrant of interest? The first and the second, because sine gives positive values in first and second quadrant. Now suppose if I want minus half, what is my quadrant of interest? It will be third and fourth, because sine theta is negative in third and fourth quadrant. So just try to get a grasp of this. I hope I've tried my best to explain, but if not, we will see an example and how to apply it. Then you'll be more clear. Just remember this. The quadrant distribution of angles. That is, for a particular value without sign, like only half I say, the angle will be alpha in first, pi minus alpha in second, pi plus alpha in third, 2 pi minus alpha in fourth. And how do we decide plus or minus? It will be decided by this, the sign distribution. So without further confusing yourself or thinking elsewhere, let's just focus on next question. You'll get it here. Suppose for this question, I have find a principal solution. Principal solution means again, first circle only, means we have to look at only between 0 to 2 pi. So this is I am saying. Sine theta is 1 by root 2. I don't care it is plus or I don't care it is minus. I know that 1 by root 2 in first quadrant, the angle will be pi by 4, 45 degree. In second quadrant, it will be pi minus pi by 4, And in fourth quadrant, it will be 2 pi minus pi by 4. Now I look into the sign. Do I want plus 1 by root 2 or minus 1 by root 2? It is plus 1 by root 2. Then what are my answers? My answers are first quadrant and second quadrant. Why? Because according to ASTC, sign is positive in first and second quadrant. So very simple. So implies the value of theta for principal solution is pi by 4 or pi minus pi by 4. So I can calculate this. It will be 3 pi by 4. So this is my answer. It's so simple. One more example, the second one. Here it is cot theta equals to minus root 3 by 2. Cot kisko pasand hai? We will convert into tan. So that means I need to look for tan theta is equals to minus 1 by root 3. Now again, I don't care if it is plus or minus. It is the headache afterwards I'll take. So I'll only look at 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 in the first quadrant, tan theta. So theta will be, I guess, 30 degrees. So pi by 6. Second quadrant, pi minus pi by 6. Third quadrant, pi plus pi by 6. And fourth quadrant, 2 pi minus pi by 6. Now I look at the sign. So let's first see ASTC. Here A, S, T and C. Now let's look at the sign. Sign is negative. If sign is negative, that means tan should be negative, and tan is negative in second and fourth quadrant. So these are my answers. So simple. So that means theta will be pi minus pi by 6. That will be 5 pi by 6, comma 2 pi minus pi by 6, 11 pi by 6. So these are my answers of principal solution. If you take or if you practice this one more time or two more times with 2-3 examples, you are talking about it. So I hope it is clear. This is the way I do because I found it very confusing when I was studying. So basically I developed this and I get the answer from this. So I hope it helps you too. Let's now, the principal solution is over. It was very simple. We just need to do the quadrant and the sign. So I told you that we have distributed the solution in two parts. First one was the principal solution and second is the generalized solution. Now what is generalized solution? Generalized solution basically takes the periodicity into account and forms a general solution. Like the general term in sequence and series, it is like that, similar to like that. That in sequence and series also, we take the pattern and we form the general term. So similarly, in general solution, we take the pattern that and we found a generalized version. So what is that? So for general solution, we have like, I guess, total 6. I like to say total 6. Out of the first 3 is we have divided into equations. If the equation is sin theta equals to sin alpha, then the solution is theta equals to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n alpha. I hope you are familiar with this. Where n belongs to z. Z means integers. It is a notation for integers. Now the second equation is cos theta equals to cos alpha. Then what is the plus minus alpha? And third is tan theta equals to tan alpha. Then what is the solution? It is theta equals to n pi plus alpha. So I hope you all remember this. And if not, you can look at it. There are the 3 basic generalized version. Okay. So let us take, like, I am waiting for you to look at it. Just look at it and remember what is this. Okay. Done. So let's look how to find general solution. We have studied 3 equations. So that means I will look for 3 equations. How do I read it? I read it as sin equal to sin, cos equal to cos, tan equals to tan. So let's look how to apply. These are the questions. We have to find the general solution. like first for finding general solution, first we always need to find the principal solution. Got it? Now see how I approach the first question and accordingly you can do the second question. So for general solution, first I always need to find the principal solution, any one value. You can see here in this, yeah, here we got two values, okay, for principal solutions. So we need only one value. So we'll just calculate any one value of the principal solution. So here it is sine theta root 3 by 2. So again, root 3 by 2, it is given by 60 degree, I guess. So pi by 3. Second is pi minus pi by 3. Now I don't need to extend further because I got my one value. That is pi by 3. Right? So I can write the equation as sin theta is equals to, what can I write root 3 by 2 as? Sin pi by 3. So this is the same. How does it look like? It looks like sin theta is equals to sin alpha. Only in place of alpha we have pi by 3. So that means the answer will be theta equals to n pi into pi by 3. It is very simple. Let's try the second one. Again, we need to find the principal solution and cos theta is minus half. So what we'll do, I don't care minus, I'll see only half. So half is given by, again, I guess 60, na? So pi by 3, pi minus pi by 3. And I guess it is over here. Why? Because second quadrant it is negative and we want negative. So my answer or principal solution is pi minus pi by 3, that is 2 pi by 3. So now how can I write this equation? I can write it as cos theta is equals to cos 2 pi by 3. Now what does it look like? It looks like cos theta equals to cos alpha. So that means theta will be equal to, do you remember? 2n pi plus minus alpha, which is 2 pi by 3. So this is my answer. Simple. It is very simple to get general solution. Now, obviously, these are not the types of questions they will ask in your entrance exam, JW, you can say. Boards they ask these types of questions. So how the MCQ one looks, let's see. Let's see some. But before that, if you remember, I told you there are 6 formulas. We have done only 3. So let's look at the other 3. These examples were just to like show you how to use the formula. So the other 3 are this. Equation are sine square equal to sine square, cos square equal to cos square, and tan square equal to tan square. And if you notice, all of the solutions are same. They are all the same. What are they? Theta equals to n pi plus minus alpha, where n belongs to z means integers. So it is all the same. So what we can do here, we can take an example here. Find the general solution of tan square theta equals to 1. Same thing, same thing. We need to find the principal solution. So let's see when will I get 1? I will get 1 at 45, na? 10 it is. Here I can get pi minus pi by 4. No need to do further. I guess we got, right? 45 is my answer because 1, it is plus 1, positive. So that means, yeah, that means I can write this equation as tan square theta is equals to, please note how I am writing 1 square. Obviously, अभी 1 को 1 square नहीं लिख सकते क्या? Why did I this? Why did I this? You will get it. I can write now 1 square as tan square 45. Now this equation alpha. So what is the general solution? It is theta equals to n pi plus or minus pi by 4. Simple. This is my answer. Got it? Theta equals to n pi plus minus pi by 4. This is the general solution. I hope it is clear now how to use general solution. Got it? So now let's look at some interesting questions, or you can say MCQs. Let's see. I hope you got it all. We'll take 1 minute break. I'll drink some water. It is I'm speaking continuously, na? So 1 minute, I'll drink some water. You also, please drink all. All done? Yeah. I hope you are done. I am done. So let's look at the question. So next is like this. Find the general solution of cos 3 theta equals to cos 2 theta. Now, how can we do this? Now, for such questions, completed the phase 1. So we require all that formula here. But the simplification remains the same from trigonometry phase 1. So let's see. Here, let's see how I approach the question. I can bring cos 2 down left hand side. So I will get cos 3 theta minus cos 2 theta is equals to 0. Now, what you can see on left hand side is cos minus cos. That means factorization formula. Cos minus. Here we got to add into sine. Here we got to subtract. 3 theta minus 2 theta upon 2 is equals to 0. Is equals to 0. Right. So minus 2 will go on the right hand side and become 0. So I will get sine 5 theta upon 2 into sine theta upon 2 is equals to 0. So now it is factorization as we do in quadratic. If you remember, how do we do in quadratic? If two numbers are multiplied and getting 0, that means sine phi theta by 2 is equals to theta by 2 is equals to 0. So we can use the general solution formula, right? So I can write it as sine phi theta by 2 is equals to sine 0, right? 0 radian, because sine 0 is 0. Or I can write sine theta by 2 is equals to sine 0. So from here, it is sine theta equals to sine alpha. Got it? Sine theta equals to sine alpha. So if you remember, in place of theta, we have 5 theta by 2, and in place of n 0. So here I n pi, and no need to. So that means that quantity will become 2 is equal. So I need the here I will get theta equals 0.5 or theta equals to 2 n pi. So simple. Now, I hope you got it, where n belongs to integers, right? Okay. Let me tell you one interesting thing here. Suppose your options are, I just clicked it just clicked to me right now. So let's say suppose your options are B, 2 and pi. What is happening? N pi and option pi by 2. And in answer, we got both the answers. So obviously, if it is multiple single correct for JEE means, we cannot like what answer do we select? Is it A or is it B? So let me tell you one very interesting thing. Suppose let's write by putting the values of n. What we'll get? N is an integer, so we'll start with 0. So 0 we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. So let's see. From here, what values of theta I got? If I put 0, n equals to 0, I'll get 0. If I put n equals to 1, 2 pi by 5. If I put n equals to 2, 4 pi by 5. Then 6 pi by 5. Then 8 pi by 5. And then 10 pi by 5. 10 pi by 5 is 2 pi. Then 12 pi by 5. Then 14 pi by 5. 16 pi by 5, 18 pi by 5, and 20 pi by 5. 20 pi by 5 is 4 pi. Let's stop here. And let's see what we'll get here. We'll again put n equals to 0 and all. So I will get theta equals to 0 if I put 1. 2 pi. If I put 2, 4 pi, 6 pi, 8 pi, and so on. Now, if you see, if I consider answers of first, and you can see answers of second. That means in both the answers, you can see some common terms. 0, then 2 pi, then 4 pi. And if we go further, we'll also get 6 pi and 8 pi. So what I see here is there is no such need for this general solution. Why? Because all the answers of this solution are already included in this solution. That means I do not need this solution for my equation, because again the answers obtained here are already in the solution. And obviously there are other answers as well, 2 pi by 4, 4 pi by 5. So that means if options में हम लोग को ऐसे मिलता है, ये चार options मिलते हैं. So obviously 2 and pi को मैं reject करूंगा, and this is the more generalized solution or the better generalized solution. So if I see in options both the answers, obviously I will select the more generalized solution which have the answers from this in this. I hope you got it. It is very important because many a times you get confused here. You will get confused here कि option तो दोनों है. So you will think कि bonus मिलना चाहिए. So bonus नहीं है. Actually, you have to see the more generalized solution. I hope you got it. So according to this, answer will be A. But obviously, if in theoretical paper, then you have to write both the answers. If it is objective or entrance paper, you will have to select one. I hope you got it. Now let's look at the second example. Here, find the general solution of this equation. Now again, if you remember, this is again sine plus sine plus sine. Got it? Obviously, you can use any two, but I am using first and third. Sine 10. So sine plus sine is hello. Yeah, we are back, right? So we were here. What will I get now? We'll get 2 sine 3 theta cos minus 2 theta plus sine 3 theta is equals to 0. I hope you got it. So here sine 3 theta is common. Sine 3 theta is common. What is inside? 2 cos 2 theta. I hope you remember cos में माइनस का फर्क पड़ता नहीं है. Cos में माइनस का फर्क पड़ता नहीं है. Plus 1 is equals to 0. Again, this is multiplication of two numbers. So I can write it as sine 3 theta is equals to 0. Or direct लिख दूं इसको. I can write it as cos 2 theta is equals to minus 1 upon 2. So again we have to find, this is the equation of sine equal to sine. So जनरल solution find करना है. क्या करते हैं हम लोग? We use principal solution. ये वाला तो बहुत सिंपल है. I can simply write it as sin 3 theta is equals to sin 0. Now इसको कैसे लिखें? इसको लिखने के लिए हम लोग कहाँ पे जाते हैं? क्वाड्रेंट में. माइनस को नहीं देखना है. 60 तो पाई बाई 3. सेकंड में क्या होगा? पाई माइनस पाई बाई 3. मुझे कौन सा चाहिए? माइनस हाफ. तो आई विल पिक सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट. एंड व्हाट इज पाई माइनस पाई बाई 3? इट इज 2 पाई बाई 3. सो यहाँ पे आई कैन राइट cos 2 theta is equals to cos 2 pi by 3. Got it? So this is sine equal to sine, general solution. What will be 3 theta equals to? 3 theta will be equals to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n. अल्फा लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है क्योंकि ये 0 है. तो it will be 0. और यहाँ से क्या आ जाएगा? थीटा, सॉरी 2 theta will be equal to, if you remember cos का, plus minus 2 pi by 3. So यहाँ से I can write theta equals to n pi by 3. या फिर if I divide by 2 here, I will get theta equals to n pi plus minus pi by 3. Now n pi plus minus pi by 3. Again हम लोग को क्या चेक करना है? अगर पॉसिबल है तो एवरी टाइम ये जो हम लोग ने किया ये वाले क्वेश्चन में ऐसा रिजेक्ट करने वाला, दैट वो हर बार पॉसिबल नहीं होगा. सो इट इज ओनली पॉसिबल हाउ टू चेक? बाय चेकिंग द आंसर, बाय सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ n. तो इसके लिए भी हम लोग एक बार चेक कर लेते हैं, देखते हैं इफ इट इज पॉसिबल और नॉट. सो लेट्स सी. यहाँ पे अगर मैं n को 1 रखूं, I will get pi by 3, 2 pi by 3, then 3 pi by 3, which is pi, then 4 pi by 3, then 5 pi by 3, then 6 pi by 3, which is 2 pi. अच्छा 0 भूल गए क्या? 0 भी आएगा, चलो कोई नहीं. Then 7 pi by 3, 8 pi by 3 and 9 pi by 3, which is 3 pi. चलो यहाँ पे देखते हैं. n को 0 रखा तो मिलेगा एक तो प्लस पाई बाई 3 मिलेगा और एक -π/3 मिलेगा। फिर n को 1 रखा तो एक बार प्लस, तो पाई प्लस π/3, 4π/3 मिलेगा, और पाई माइनस π/3, 2π/3. If I put n equals to 2, so 5π/3 and 2π minus π/3 and 2π plus π/3, 7π/3. and 2 are surprise. अच्छा यहाँ पे देखो, एक बार n को -1 भी रख लेते हैं, 0 रखा तो 0 मिलेगा, -1 रखा तो माइनस भी रख सकता हूँ ना, इंटीजर है। प्लस π/3 इंक्लूडेड, यस, -π/3 इंक्लूडेड, यस, 4π/3 इंक्लूडेड, यस, 2π/3 इंक्लूडेड, यस, 5π/3, yes, 7π/3, yes. That means again to our surprise हम लोग को ये सोल्यूशन की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि इसके सब आंसर्स इसमें पहले से आ रहे हैं। So my final answer should be theta equals to n π/3. अगर ऑप्शन में दोनों है तो मैं कौन सा सिलेक्ट करूंगा, n π/3. I hope it is clear. Let's look at the next question. हाँ, important question. Do you remember we talked about an equation of the form a sin theta plus minus b cos theta? अगर ऐसा इक्वेशन आता है तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, we divide throughout by under root of a square plus b square. I hope you remember this. So यहाँ पे a की जगह पे 1 है, b की जगह पे -1 है, फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि दोनों स्क्वायर ही होने वाले। So that means I need to divide by under root of 1 square plus -1 square, which is basically under root of 2. So how will my equation look like? It will look like 1 upon root 2 cos theta minus 1 upon root 2 sin theta is equals to 1 upon root 2. Now please remember, यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या बनाने वाले अभी, कंपाउंड एंगल्स। आई होप इट इज क्लियर। ऐसा इक्वेशन दिखा तो ऐसा करने का, ए की जगह पे 1 है, बी की जगह पे भी 1 है। सो लेट्स सी, नाउ वी हैव टू चॉइसेस, वी कैन आइदर लेट मी सी, वी कैन आइदर यूज sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, और cos a cos b minus sin a sin b। इसमें तो मैं कोई भी एक यूज कर सकता हूं। इसका फॉर्मूला क्या है, साइन ऑफ a माइनस b, एंड दिस इज cos of a plus b. Got it? So let's see कौन सा यूज करना है। I personally prefer cos वाला। क्यों? क्योंकि cos वाले का जनरल सोल्यूशन इज मच सिंपलर। साइन में क्या है, वो -1 रेज टू n अल्फा वो सब आता है। cos इज वेरी सिंपल, 2n pi plus minus alpha. So I personally prefer cos, but you can use any. So for that, if I compare it with this cos वाला, cos b की जगह पे cos थीटा है, sin b की जगह पे sin थीटा है। That means here 1/√2 की जगह पे cos a है, और यहाँ पे 1/√2 की जगह पे sin a है। That means what I get cos a equals to 1/√2, sin a equals to 1/√2. So what is then a? A is 45. So I can write this equation as cos 45, 1/√2 को क्या लिख लिया, cos 45 into cos theta minus sin 45 into sin theta is equals to 1/√2. So लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में क्या मिलेगा, वो क्या बन जाएगा, cos a plus b. तो cos I can write theta √2. सिंपल, अभी तो आ गया ना इक्वल टू कॉस में हम लोग क्या यूज करते हैं, प्रिंसिपल सोल्यूशन फाइंड करना पड़ेगा। तो वापस इधर जाएंगे हम लोग, 1/√2 चाहिए ना, तो π/4, हियर इट इज π-π/4। आई गेस माय आंसर इज सिंपल, π/4, बिकॉज हम लोग कौन से क्वाड्रेंट में है, फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट। सो आई कैन राइट द इक्वेशन एज cos theta plus π/4 is equals to cos π/4. So cos theta equals to cos alpha. So I can write theta plus π/4 is equals to 2n pi प्लस माइनस, तो एक बार मैं प्लस लिख रहा हूं प्लस π/4, एंड दूसरा अलग से लिख रहा हूं थीटा प्लस π/4 is equals to 2n pi minus π/4. आई होप ये क्लियर है। आई जस्ट सेपरेटेड दोस टू, प्लस एक बार और माइनस एक बार। सो मुझे तो थीटा का वैल्यू चाहिए, सो यहाँ से π/4 कैंसिल हो जाएगा। आई विल गेट थीटा इक्वल्स टू 2n पाई, और यहाँ पे π/4 वहां पे जाके माइनस π/4, सो माइनस π/4 माइनस π/4, आई गेस इट इज माइनस π/2, राइट। सो थीटा इक्वल्स टू 2n pi minus π/2. Now you can mentally, or if you have book, you can mentally check it here. क्या चेक कर सकते हैं हम लोग कि दोनों में कोई कॉमन सोल्यूशन नहीं है। जैसे यहाँ पे दोनों में कैसे कॉमन सोल्यूशंस थे, तो हम लोग ने एक को रिजेक्ट कर दिया था। यहाँ पे वैसा नहीं होगा, यू कैन चेक मेंटली, और अगर बुक पेन है तो यू कैन चेक। आई विल गिव यू 1 minute टू चेक। चलो 1 minute, you can check it either orally or you can use your pen and paper. Okay, let's check. Let's check. मिला क्या? आई गेस तुम लोग को नहीं मिला होगा। बताओ क्यों नहीं मिला। चलो मुझे भी नहीं, एक मस्त इंटरेस्टिंग चीज बताता हूँ। देखो, अगर हम लोग एक्स एक्सिस को देखें, लेट सिंपली से दिस पॉजिटिव एक्स एक्सिस। सो पॉजिटिव एक्स एक्सिस में कौन से एंगल्स आते हैं, एक तो 0 आएगा, फिर वापस घूम के 2 पाई आएगा, फिर वापस घूम के 4 पाई आएगा, फिर वापस घूम के 6 पाई आएगा, एंड सो ऑन। सो आई कैन जनरलाइज दिस, इसको मैं जनरलाइज कर सकता हूँ। कैसे? आई कैन राइट इट एज 2n पाई, वेर n बिलोंग्स टू z। 0 रखा तो 0 मिलेगा, 1 रखा तो 2 पाई, 2 रखा तो 4 पाई, 3 रखा तो 6 पाई। सो 2n पाई मतलब मुझे सब एंगल्स कहां पे मिलेंगे, एक्स एक्सिस पे, पॉजिटिव एक्स एक्सिस पे। एंड 2n पाई माइनस π/2, 2n पाई माइनस π/2, ये 2n पाई तो इधर है, माइनस π/2 मतलब ये 90 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर लिया। तो ये वाला जो आंसर है 2n पाई, वो तो मुझे एक्स एक्सिस पे मिलने वाला है। एंड 2n पाई माइनस π/2, तो 2n पाई में से π/2 सब्ट्रैक्ट, वो मुझे कहाँ पे मिलेगा, y एक्सिस पे। तो अभी ये दोनों में से कुछ कॉमन आ ही नहीं सकता है, क्योंकि इसके सब आंसर्स एक्स एक्सिस पे है एंड इसके सब आंसर्स कहाँ पे है, y एक्सिस पे। तो ऑब्वियसली x एक्सिस पर विदाउट पुटिंग द वैल्यूज ऑफ n, एंड 2n पाई माइनस π/2 मतलब हम लोग कहाँ पे, y एक्सिस पे। तो दोनों में कुछ कॉमन आ सकता नहीं है। आई होप यू गॉट दिस। सो दिस इज ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड टुडे। नेक्स्ट सैटरडे हम लोग क्या करने वाले, राइट, वी स्टार्ट विद ट्रिग्नोमेट्री फेज 3। क्या था, सोल्यूशन ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल। सोल्यूशन ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल मींस जो तुम लोग बोल रहे थे यस्टरडे, साइन रूल, कोसाइन रूल, टेंजेंट रूल है क्या, नहीं, प्रोजेक्शन रूल, फिर वो नेपियर्स एनालॉजी एंड ऑल दैट। सो विल बी डूइंग ट्रिग्नोमेट्री फेज 3 नेक्स्ट सैटरडे। टिल देन बाय बाय, टेक केयर, एंजॉय योर संडे। आज थोड़ा पढ़ाई कम करना। तो लोग बहुत पढ़ाई करते हैं, उन लोग के लिए बोल रहा हूँ। ठीक है, एक दिन यू कैन एंजॉय। चलो, बाय बाय नाउ, टेक केयर एवरीवन, टाटा।